Best Anime for All Ages. When the first big-name animated films were created, they were not thought of as kids' shows, but entertainments for all ages. The best anime for all ages is just that, for all ages, one where parents and children can sit side by side, and where the parents won't be nodding off. Here is a list of some of our favorite anime that offers something for everyone, young and old, and which in many cases reward repeat viewings on growing up. Astro Boy. Adult audiences may have a hard time thinking of Osamu Tezuka's classic creation as anything but a nostalgia item, but there was a time when it was entirely new to Western audiences. In fact, it was the first anime shown on TV in the United States, albeit with a great deal of reworking. Multiple iterations of the show have been issued since then, in both black and white and color, but they all hew fairly closely not only to Tezuka's original storylines but his gentle humanism. That and their grand fun for the little kid in all of us. The 2009 CGI film, unfortunately, doesn't hold up as well despite a lavish animation budget. The Cat Returns. There's no way Studio Ghibli and its founder Hayao Miyazaki can't be in this list, so much of what they've produced deserves to be seen by most anyone who can. But not everything they've produced is for all audiences. The PG-13 rated comes to mind, and so The Cat Returns is one of the several titles in their catalog that is wholly all ages friendly. When a girl named Haru saved a cat from being hit by passing cars, she ends up becoming a guest, and also a prisoner, of the Cat Kingdom, where she has to fight not only to escape but to remain fully human. This is one of a number of Studio Ghibli productions that was adapted from another source, in this case, Aoi Iragi's manga of the same name. Children Who Chase Lost Voices. When young Asuna picks up strange transmissions on her crystal set, she finds they're emanating from a cavern far below her country town where a grand adventure awaits for her. Director Makoto Shinkai, 5 centimeters per second, created this adventure as an explicit homage to the Studio Ghibli films, so much so that many of the individual touches, like the shadow creatures, seem overly familiar, and the film also runs a tad long for its storyline. But it works by dint of its sheer wide-gauge visuals, and for having a plucky heroine younger viewers are likely to identify with. Kroiz in a Foreign Labyrinth. This charming series is set not in Japan, but Paris at the end of the 19th century, where a girl named Yoon finds herself living with and helping an ironworker. Both Yoon and her new adoptive family have their respective culture shocks. Yoon's first experiences with cheese are hilarious, and Claude, the ironworker's grandson, is taken quite aback by the way Yoon habitually prostrates herself at first. It's an introduction to both Japanese and French culture, for audiences both young and old, with a great-looking evocation of the period to boot. Kikis Delivery Service. A Studio Ghibli adaptation of a beloved children's book from Japan, now also in English. The Kiki of the title is a young witch in training who has to prove herself when she moves to a new town. There, she uses her broomstick riding skills to work as a messenger, and finds new friendships and even a chance to save the day. The movie's fictitious European town setting has a flavor the adults and the audience will appreciate. The level of detail is amazing, but the story definitely doesn't leave anyone out in the cold.